when I left McLaren, working in health, but joining a board of a cleantech. These were my two loves. And what I've done recently is actually swap the two, and I'm doing my day job in cleantech and continuing on a board of a med tech, because I find that both of those are things that I have a passion for. And if you have a passion for it, your job is not a job anymore. It's something that I wake up every day wanting to, at times there are days that are difficult, but you want to do it, and I feel that I wish everyone found jobs like that they feel that they want to get up for. I often ask people that when I interview people, what gets you up in the morning? Because if you can marry what gets you up in the morning to the job you do day to day, my goodness, it's so much more fun. It's so much more, you then help others with your enthusiasm, and then it becomes a bubbling effect where it's not, oh my goodness, I've got to do this today. It's right, how are we going to solve this? And it's that different mindset and shift. If you can work with people like this, it's energizing. And that's what you want to try to get to. You want to find what gets everybody ticking. So I've been, as I said, been blessed that in my career, I found these jobs where I love. Technologies like what we're developing, it's not unique to Ceres in the sense of people have been doing fuel cells for some time. But what we all must do, and that's what Ceres is now doing, is tailoring the best application for this type of technology so that it becomes commercially viable in this area and helps us decarbonize that sector. And we need many of those. Ceres is doing one thing, and it's fuel cells that are based on solid oxide technology. And that's in the particular niche that Ceres has, is that it's using steel, ceramics on steel, something that steel is cheap, in the overall things in comparison to ceramics. And it also means that we can run in a certain temperature range that makes it that we get advantages of using ceramics, but we get the advantages of using steel in terms of cost. And in those areas, we feel that it will work very well for certain areas like steel production or marine industry, where these are hard to decarbonize industries. But looking at all the pros and cons of the different fuel cells and electrolysis technologies out there, we're not all competing for the same application. There are some that are very good in cars and automotive. Some are better in high or in industrial application where there's heat available or heat needed. And that's where we come in. When there's heat available, suddenly the efficiency of the system goes high. And that extra efficiency means you can do this in a cost-effective way. And that's our challenge, is we're trying to do complex chemistry, making it work so that it can be done at scale and economically. So there's, technical challenge, there's manufacturing challenge, and then there's the kind of commercial adoption that we need to do. And the good news is that now I think people are aware we need to do this commercial adoption for the sake of the planet. But we still need to solve the technical and the manufacturing challenges. In a fuel cell like ours, it's good in the sense of it produces something over a long period. So ideally, you use it to power, and people do use fuel cells to power, say, data centers. Data centers are really, really power hungry. And a lot of them are powered by diesel because they don't want to put them on the grid because they take so much energy. But actually, you can do that. So if you think about our technology, for example, is that you can feed it hydrogen and then you get no CO2 out. But we don't have that much green hydrogen at the moment. And the last thing you want to put is really dirty hydrogen in it because it's not going to help you overall. So what we can do, though, is either mix hydrogen with, say, natural gas, or use natural gas directly. Now, If we do that, we're still producing CO2. I get you, but we're producing a lot less than if you were to burn it. So you don't, and when you don't have combustion, you have a lot less of those those NOx and SOx, which are byproducts, which are really bad for us humans to breathe in. That's what the big scandal for diesel was about. But it's also, if you don't have that combustion, you're producing about a third less of CO2. So not only is a fuel cell useful when you have the hydrogen available, which we will get there, but this is a long time frame, we can also start using it to reduce our carbon footprint straight away, because we can use it with natural gas or syngas, biogas. We can put a lot of it in and reduce our carbon footprint. So it's not only good for net zero, but it's good as a transition technology. As an employer as well now, we think, what can we do to help and retain that female talent? Because having, a break and having kids, if that's what you want, we shouldn't be embracing that, and we should do it for our male employees as well, so that their partners can actually continue their careers. And that's what I was most proud of, if I can say that, at McLaren, is when I reached a technical leadership role, I had a bunch of guys in my team, and all of the ones who had kids, we agreed on days that they would, drop their kids off to school before they came into work. And so it wasn't, they took their part, and it happened kind of organically, because you could see me do that. It was okay for them to do that. And by them doing that, it just propagates, then it's like a permission. You can do this, right? And you need a few people who do it and are visibly doing it to give that permission to others to do it. Because actually, if you can do that, my goodness, you become, again, more interested in your work, because you think, they care about me, I'll do this, right? It always goes both ways. But until you have people doing it and giving you kind of that permission, because Formula One was very much, you come in early, leave late. But, we wanted, in the technology business, we could be a bit more flexible. But to do that, we needed to be openly flexible. Now, COVID has changed things, and we're working from home and so on. And that will hopefully open more avenues to that flexibility remaining there forever.